Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how's everybody doing today? It's 20:04 on a Monday afternoon, and I think that I am to the point where I am ready to do my video on my Demkos. I've carried them long enough. I've got a good feel for them now. I've did a sharpening on the blades. I really put these through the paces. So we'll go ahead and get started because we've got a lot to talk about on this, and I don't want to waste people's time. So we're going to do some specs on this guy right here. I'll try and hold the blade like that, and we'll go over some specs. We have a blade length of 3.2. We've got a cutting edge of 3. We've got a closed length of 4.5 inches. We've got an overall length at 7.375. We've got the blade material is a K110 D2 tool steel. That will be talked about later on in the video because they switched their steels. Blade thickness is a 0.125. We've got a blade style of the clip point. It's a clip point style. We've got a blade grind, flat grind. Blade finish is a stonewash finish, which is very attractive. Very attractive stonewash finish they did on that. Blade material is Grivery. Handle thickness is a 0.309. It's a liner material, stainless steel. Locking mechanism, which is known as the good old shark lock. There it is, the good old shark lock. What else could I tell you about it? It's a pivot assembly. It's in bearings. We've got a pocket clip, stainless clip, tip up, right carry. There it is right there. I like the clip a lot as well. And that's basically about it as far as specs go. So we'll talk about this piece. This piece is in the K110 D2 tool steel. This one is in AUS 10A steel, okay? I carried and sharpened each one of these knives. I started out, before I carried them, I wanted to get them prepped and ready for carry. So what I did was I went with the my ultra fine rods, and I took even amount of passes on each knife. So each knife is, one doesn't have more than the other. So they're exactly equal as far as sharpening goes. This ultra-fine rod did absolutely fantastic as far as sharpening up these two types of steels. I couldn't believe how it took with this ultra-fine rods. I did not strap it. I didn't strap because I got these blades as sharp, pretty much as sharp as I needed for me to see what I wanted to see. I didn't strap. So, I want to give you guys a look at the blade edge just for giggles. I put a very, very nice keen edge on that, on this edge. Very nice. I think it came out really nice. Now, I could have took it further. I could have kept going with it, and I probably could have I know I could have got it sharper. And like I said, I could have went and took it to the strap. But for reasons, I didn't do that. It was fine where it was. The sharpness of it was just, I mean, absolutely fantastic on this D2 tool steel. So that was fantastic. I was impressed by this steel. The AUS 10A steel was almost equally as, I was almost as equally as impressed with this steel here. It took to my stone very well. It reacted very, very well to the stone and sharpened up quickly. Both blades sharpened up relatively in the same amount of time, and it really took quick. Quite a few swipes on each side, and it was sharp because it already came out of the box sharp. So there wasn't much I had to do. I just wanted to put my own touch on it. So that's what I did. And it was ready for, these knives they were ready for carry. I carried these knives for about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. Just call it 2 weeks. I've had these in my pocket, rotating off and on. Each day, off and on. Now, honestly, I am not a steel guy. I don't really get into the steels, and I really don't know much about steels. I wanted to sharpen these up because I wanted to see how they were going to react on cutting chores. And they basically reacted almost the same way. Almost the same way. If I had to pick one, I would have to pick, it was probably in my head, I would probably have to go with the D2 steel. It probably cut just a little bit faster and a little bit smoother, I guess. But I would have had to pick the D2 steel. But either the AUS 10A or the D2 is very similar to me. Now, if anybody wants to weigh in on that, I would appreciate you letting me know the differences between, D2 and AUS 10A, because I didn't find too much of a difference, even with sharpening. They both sharpened up almost the same amount of time. Everything came out almost the same amount with sharpening, everything. So I'd like to hear your guys' input on the differences between the two steels. I'm very curious about that because I am not a steel guy. So that would be well appreciated. What else? Guys, these knives are 150 bucks. They're selling these now on Knife Center. And now they're just starting to flow out like, like a regular everyday knife. You could get these every day of the week now. They're 150 bucks, and I think that they're worth it. I think that they're worth it. I think that the value is there due to the fact that I think that you're paying most of the $150 is for your shark lock right there, okay? Let's face it. There's not much else coming from the rest of the knife. The $150 is based around this shark lock, and I get it, okay? You have to pay the man, the designer, the guy that designed this shark lock. He needs to get his money. He needs to get paid, and that's just the way it is. I understand it. I get it. I don't have a problem with this, and I do not have a problem with paying $150 for this knife. I think the value is there, in my opinion. Like I said, you're getting a beautiful clip point blade here, a nice clip point blade. Deployment is with the thumb hole opening, or you got the thumb studs right there, either or. Beautiful jimping up top. You really go pretty far out with the jimping, so you could get a lot of purchase up there. That is really getting up there with purchase. As far as filling the hand out, you get your finger right in there. Your hand just sits pretty much like it was meant for the knife. Like my hand just sits, as you can see, my finger goes here, and the rest of my fingers just lay perfectly in that handle. Perfectly in that handle. And if you see what I mean with the jimping going all the way up, you could stick your thumb and you could really, I mean, you really could lay down on something and really get some serious purchase because you are locked in. You don't have to worry about this knife ever failing on you. It's one of the strongest locks out there on the market. The Shark lock, it's not going to fail on you. It is what it is. It's just one of the strongest locks on the market. We all know that. We've talked about that so many times before. But it's just a great lock. I mean, if you get one, as far as if you guys are, what do they say, fidget guys, or if you like to fidget with your knives, you could sit on your couch and do this all day and all night. I mean, it's very satisfying. And it breaks in more and more as you open and close it. I can't really do it around this camera right now, but it really, it just gets smoother with time. It just breaks in. Everything just really gets fantastic. I love this knife. I really, really like it a lot. The slenderness of it, that is one of my main things with a knife, is slenderness. I love a slender knife, and when I see a knife with this thin of a blade handle, I'm a sucker for a thin handle. I just am. It just carries well in the pocket. I think it looks fantastic. It's not real big and cumbersome, and it just looks smooth and sleek. It looks great. I think it looks great. And this Grivery handles, this plastic handles, it's kind of growing on me for the time being. I can live with it until I get some money to get some scales put on this thing, but I can live with it. I can live with it. Same thing, plastic backspacer, 100% plastic. But moving to the back, we'll talk about this clip. I love this clip. This is like one of the most fantastic clips I've ever seen. I like how they have the screws canted to this one here and this one here, so it gives you no option for that clip to move. So that was a fantastic move right there. That clip can never move because they got it canted, angled. So that was fantastic. You got the hole right through there for your lanyard fans out there. And I did put a lanyard cord through the hole. I did run one through, and it looks really good. But I didn't keep it because I didn't have nothing that matched the colors. But it looks nice. A lanyard looks nice. Everything else I can tell you about this knife, it's just, I recommend it. I highly recommend it. You can't go wrong. I think that you'll be really, really happy. Now, I don't know if you're even going to be able to get these, the old ones, in AUS 10A. This was the first ones that came out in the AUS 10A. So I don't think you're even going to have to worry about that. I think now they are all in that K110 D2 tool steel. And I heard it's like it's like better than like a standard D2, that K110. I don't know. They just said that this is good stuff, this D2 that they're using on here. I heard a lot of good things about it. So, I don't know, guys. We'll see. We'll see. But so far, from what I've seen, I really like it a lot, this steel. This steel, like I said, man, it sharpens up. It's not going to come through, of course. Anyway, you're going to have to take my word for it. it really sharpens up, and this is very sharp right now. But that's about it, guys. They're just highly recommended. I mean, you can't go wrong for the $150 you pay. Just wondering what your thoughts are on these. I know a lot of people have them already, and I like them quite a bit. I've been carrying them. I really think that they're a very, very nice knife, and especially if you put different scales on this knife, it just ups it that much better. This knife then becomes just a monster. If you put nice scales on here, it'd probably become one of my favorite knives to carry. I mean, it would probably quickly move right to the top. I mean, just think about a nice micarta scales on here, right? Just like a really nice denim micarta on here. It would just change the whole look of it. It would change the feel of the knife, the weight, everything. And I heard it's really good. I heard it is really good. That's about it, guys. I'm just curious on how you guys feel about your Demkos, or if you're carrying them, or if you like them as much as I do, because I really like them. And I think, again, the value is there for the $150. It's not super expensive for this knife. $150 is not super expensive. But I don't know, maybe it is to you guys. Maybe some people, you know, to each their own. Some people have different budgets, so I mean, I just think that the value is there for these knives. Anyway, guys, drop me a comment. That would be well appreciated. And, yeah, let me know what you think. And I guess I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.